Well, we are back with Dr. Shane Hudnall with Cone Health Sports Medicine Center, and we are talking about staying safe in the summer heat. So let's start with this question. What medications should people be aware of that may increase their risk of heat illnesses?
So I think about a couple classes of medications that can increase your risk. So the first, a lot of us are on blood pressure medications, and there are certain ones like diuretics, like hydrochlorothiazide, that make you more prone to dehydration, which increases your risk of heat illness. And then the other one would be a beta blocker like metoprolol, can impair your body's ability to sweat. The other class of medications are allergy medicines like Benadryl and Sudafed. Kind of same thing. They can also reduce your ability to sweat, which is important to keep us cool in this heat.
Yeah, absolutely. And besides medication, what other factors should people be aware of that may mean they need to be extra cautious when in those hot conditions?
Well, I think the temperature, gets most of the focus, but you really have to think about the humidity too, especially here in North Carolina. That, however wet it is outside, the higher the humidity, we need it to be dry for that sweat to evaporate from our skin and cool us off. So the more humid it is, the harder it is to battle the elements like that.
Yeah. What steps should people take to prevent getting overheated?
So like I mentioned before, I think avoiding the hottest times of the day between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., making sure that you hydrate. That's very important. Wear loose, light-fitting clothing. If you're outdoors, having your arms and your legs exposed, make sure you're wearing sunscreen, of course. But that allows that sweat to evaporate and cool us. If you're going to be in bright sunlight, wearing a hat is really good too. And like I was mentioning about exercising, just be aware that it takes up to 14 days to acclimate yourself to exercising in that kind of heat. So take it slow and work your way up.
And speaking of staying hydrated, what beverages are recommended and then what beverages should be avoided?
Lots of water. Water is your friend, especially if you're going to be outdoors for less than an hour. And then we like, some of those drinks with electrolytes might be important beyond that. Caffeine and alcohol are probably things that you want to avoid. But water is still the mainstay. There's nothing better than that for sure.
What about Gatorade and all those other drinks that are, in the family of Gatorade?
Yeah, so those are important, especially if you're outdoors. You're going to be outdoors, you're working in the yard for maybe a couple hours or something. Anything more than an hour, you probably need those electrolytes that you'll see in drinks like Gatorade or Powerade. And that also helps provide you with the carbohydrates, when you're outside or if you're exercising. You really need those glycogen stores back up to get your energy out there.
Okay. And are there food items that could help with hydration before or after being in the heat?
Really, I just go back to water, So the food will be important as far as replacing your energy stores. But I think beverages are the way to go. Water, but if you're going to be out more, those electrolyte drinks.
What would be your final message about, staying safe in the summer?
So make sure you know the signs of heat illness. Pay attention to them. Listen to your body. You're getting a mild headache, something like that. Your muscles are cramping. You're outside and it's hot. Go inside. Don't power through it. Go inside. Take care of yourself. Stay cool. Take frequent breaks. Take care of yourself.
I have to ask another question. This just came to my mind. Because,
Sure.
a lot of kids and even adults too love our popsicles and slushies and things of that nature. How is that when you're out in the summer heat? I mean, is it good to have them in portions? Should you avoid drinking those all the time? What would you say?
I thought you were going to offer me a popsicle. I'm really excited.
I really wouldn't mind having one either.
You're right. I'm going to get one. So again, you have the liquid from that. They cool your body off. It's just like drinking a cold liquid. It kind of cools you down. It also has some sugar in it to kind of get your energy stores back up. So if water is not available, and my kids love them, and I'm not going to lie, I love them too. A good popsicle is good too.
All right, good stuff. Thank you so much. Of course, if you missed our entire conversation, you can find it on WFMYnews2.com.